3.
Go to hardafseltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Oh, take me out to the ball game. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Yeah, wasn't that nice?
Wow, yeah.
Wasn't that nice?
It really was.
Deep exhale on
Where's
that
the
one.
applause, Dan?
Yeah, where is it? I've earned it. I've earned it today.
He couldn't find it.
Couldn't find it.
Okay.
You got it.
Found
You got it.
He found it.
We're almost here. We're almost at opening day, kids.
I know.
2 days away. Our flight is tomorrow night. Bobby Three Sticks. You got the image they just sent us? We'll post this live for you guys because it just came in. Look at that.
Look at that. You can just
Hard
go
AF
right up.
seltzer inside the Miami Marlins Stadium. Major League Baseball is almost here, baby. So they're going to stock the coolers tomorrow. The carts just got set up about a half hour ago. 48 hours until opening day. I got the Marlins jersey on today.
Looks great.
A little throwback. It's actually Mike Piazza for when he played there for 8 days. So,
You know what they call this?
for obvious reasons.
You know what they call this? They're going to start calling this corner right here. When someone gets a hard AF seltzer, they go back down.
What's that?
Dead man's curve.
Yeah.
Because it's right there. What we're told is that one's on third base right there. So
Perfect.
you're right there. You can pop right in, and then it'll be throughout the stadium and all that other stuff. So you get a branded thing, and then you go throughout the stadium, and it's fun. They also had, Bob, I'm going to text you this real quick. If you want to go to a single of Jesse's lovely face, that'd be great. Hi.
Ross is on his phone.
No, it's not that. I'm texting a nice little photo.
I know.
Of the setup here because yesterday they had media for the new drinks and the products there, and they did it in center field, which was it's a closed event. I'll text you these, Bobby, and then people come in and sample it. People write about it, what they think about the products, and all that other shit.
Okay.
And the first response was, "Man, this is amazing." The second response was, I'm starting to get fucked up.
Yep.
I'm starting to get fucked up here. And I didn't know, because this doesn't taste like alcohol. And I was like, yeah.
That's usually how it goes, right? Oh my gosh, this is awesome. And then you get a call the next day like, I think I'm getting a divorce.
Take me out to the bar.
Yeah.
Take me out to the bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So pretty wild, pretty exciting. And we'll show those shots from the outfield yesterday. What a job. What a life. You get to go just drink booze on a Monday afternoon in the outfield at a closed stadium, and that's your job. That's what you do for a living.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Some people are born different.
Yeah.
I guess
It
so.
sounds like a nightmare to me. But
Really?
like, just the being forced to drink.
Yeah.
During the day.
Before your alarm clock goes off.
4 o'clock.
I'd be so sleepy.
No.
Yes. Like just constantly sleepy.
Yeah, pop those up on screen there, Bobby. Okay, so yeah, people come in and take photos in the outfield, and then they do these little samples of the drinks and all that stuff. And people were shocked at how rock they were getting throughout the day, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So we're looking forward to it. Thursday will be QC, kind of walk around the stadium, make sure everything looks nice, brights, and all that stuff for opening day. And then we'll see the Drinking Bros and the Nooners on Friday, where you're meeting at 1 p.m. East Coast time. I do want to stress that because we're in Central here. We're going to meet at 1 p.m. East Coast time at a bar called Thank You Miami. That's what the listeners have settled on. We have a pic of that place, Mom?
Yeah, let me
Let's see it. Let's see it.
get it up here.
Oh, man, that's real Miami.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
this is right near Little Havana.
Yeah.
The stadium's also right near Little Havana.
Yeah. there we go.
Perfect.
Look at that.
So here's
Thank
their
you,
Instagram.
Miami. All right.
It actually looks like a pretty chill place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, it looks
they're
classic
leaning
Miami.
in.
Yeah,
Do
why
you know what I
not?
mean?
Why
They're
not?
leaning in, which
they-
I love.
Why not?
They had some good pre-games, it looks like, for the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
Like
there we go.
Puerto Rican fans.
Oh, shit. That's dope, dude. There
Yeah, I
we
mean,
go.
this is the closest bar to the stadium.
How close is it, Bob? Do you know? Did they tell you?
I mean, it's
Reed, I talked to Reed White last night. He was the one who let me know because there was another listener, Luis, I believe his name is, who knows that area pretty well as well. And he was like, "Yeah, that's the spot, and that's the closest you'll get to the stadium as far as bars go."
Walking distance.
walking.
Is it really?
distance.
Yeah.
How
so,
far?
2-3
Great.
blocks.
Oh, great.
Great.
Yes. So thank you, Miami. 1 o'clock. We will be there on Friday, and then Dan Holloway, my co-host on Drinking Bros, is throwing out the opening pitch. Now, he's not here, so I can tell you what I think the mistake is going to be here. Okay, I'm not going to say this on Drinking Bros today. This is only for Ross Patterson Revolution. Don't hit him up. Don't let him know. Most people's mistake is they go outside and they have a catch session. And Bob, I believe you've been the companion for that.
We've been playing catch a couple days here.
Yep.
Just, getting loose.
Was it regulation distance and all that?
I mean, we're just playing catch. Like, so it's not. I'm not like
60
squatting
feet,
down. Yeah,
6 inches.
we're not doing that. We've
Right.
gone farther and closer than that. We kind of just throw and then keep moving back. Throw. Blah blah blah.
So here's
I don't know if
what
that's gonna do
happens
it.
to most people. And this is a true story. Because when you go to the Grauman's, Hall of Fame or the Walk of Fame out there in Hollywood and you get your feet in the cement, they always tell you to wear shoes 2 sizes bigger because when the cement shrinks, it makes it look like you have tiny little feet, like John Wayne feet. Now, if you're throwing out the first pitch at a ball game, I always tell you to throw off a mound because that's what'll get you, is that downward motion. Because you can go out and throw in a parking lot all day, but it's the downward motion of being on an actual pitcher's mound that usually throws off most people, and that's what everybody has said. So I've gotten that advice over the years because this is a bucket list for all of us.
Right.
And it's all because of you guys. And Dan's first up on Friday. I'm going to come back later in the season for the Yankees game on, was it August 12th? And throw out the first pitch then. We'll take the kids and the family and all that stuff, and it'll be great. But I will be practicing off a mound. I'm not going out in the street.
Right.
And that's
Right.
what I think is going to trip them
Little
up.
high school baseball action, maybe. Get out there. Feel the rubber.
No, it's fine. With the little leaguers, it's fine. Those mounds are a regulation.
Oh, they got mounts for them?
They sure do. Yeah, and by the way, and this is Texas. That's what I like about Texas. With that, they actually make you throw off the rubber in adult pitch. It's called kid pitch, but or adult pitch.
Yeah.
They make you throw off the rubber. A fucking umpire stopped the game because my foot came off the rubber and made me called me for a balk.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should.
I'm not in the game.
Look, Ross, we know you're a proven cheater.
That's not true. Okay, if I see something, I won't say something necessarily on a field. All right.
Right.
Be something, do something.
But for an adult throwing to children during a whole game like that, yes. So what if my foot came off the rubber? Fucking umpire stopped the game, and he was like, "No, dude, you got to throw from the rubber." And I was like, "Oh, cool, man. Do I get to hit too?" Because I'll fucking jerk one right out of here.
Puerto Rican birth certificate.
Yeah. So,
Right.
but that's where I'm headed. We're not going to say anything to Holloway. I just want to see what happens. There's a lot of pressure, and he says he doesn't feel pressure. We'll see. You one hop that, you don't live it down. Because you don't know if you're going to get to do this again.
Oh, what if he goes high? What if he just goes real high?
High is not terrible if it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
High's
If it's
better.
hilarious.
Yeah. I say, don't try and make it an amazing pitch. Just, get it in.
I want him to
The
bring the
mix.
heat. I want him to go as hard as he can.
So do I. That's what I want to see.
I want him to bring the thunder.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. But either way, should be a blast. We'll have all the footage of it next week. That first pitch is going down Friday night in Miami. And it's the Mets. I mean, they got a good squad this year. A lot of people will be there. I think like 2 Cy Young pitchers are pitching that night as well. Imagine that pressure. 2 Cy Young Award winners, dude.
No, Thursday night's the 2 Cy Young Award winners.
Who's Friday night? Is it Verlander?
Friday night's just 1 Cy Young Award winner.
Oh, just one. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry, Bob.
Yeah, it's just one
Cy Young Award winner.
There will be 2 Hall of Fame pitchers pitching this weekend, and then Sandy Alcantara, who keeps up his career probably in the Hall of Fame, but
absolutely
not there yet.
Absolutely. But with that, it'll be a blast to watch. We'll show you all the footage next week, and we take off tomorrow night, late after the shows. But the shows will go on. The show goes on. They will be on schedule and everything else. So check back to the old Drinking Bros podcast on YouTube and Patreon. In the meantime, we also might have an answer on this Gwyneth Paltrow trial next week. And I hope so, at least. Or maybe not, because the way this is going down, I kind of love it, and I wish it was longer.
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
You should be. There's a lot of drama.
It kind of seemed like people in the stew don't know about this amazing trial. I know you guys talked about it a little bit on Drinking Bros, where it was, the headline first was hit and run.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow hit and run trial, and you go like, fucking, what'd she do? Hit someone with her car, kill someone, and just drive away? What happened? No, it was a skiing accident on probably one of the most expensive skiing resorts.
Some would say that's worse,
Right. Well, yeah,
Than a
because
car
she lost a half a day of skiing, which she keeps reiterating as
Oh, fuck. Did they refund her?
a huge loss. No.
No, they didn't refund
No.
Lenny, huh? Wow.
So basically, it's completely opposing views of this doctor and Gwyneth Paltrow, where he says she ran into him. Broken ribs, brain injury, just basically told him to fuck off and went back down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back down the slope.
Yeah.
And then she's saying, he came up behind, I felt a body behind me. I thought I was being sexually assaulted, she said, on the stand.
She
And
said
she
sexually
got
assaulted.
knocked
I say
over.
raped.
Yeah.
And what I don't know if you heard her exact testimony.
Yes.
But when they asked her about the sexual assault, what she thought was, in her mind, she said a man pressed up against her from behind.
Right.
And then she heard a grunting noise. And so a grunting noise means 2 things. Like during a crash, one would think it's different, like,
Yeah.
oh, shock, right? Whereas a sexual assault would be like,
Right.
yeah. And I don't know what she heard during that,
Well, if he crashed into her, though, the split second that she would be thinking it's a sexual assault before she actually.
Yeah.
Most people would think that they could tell the difference between somebody crashing into them and sexually assaulting them.
Hang on, James.
Giorgio.
Have you been skiing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, snowboarding, but yeah.
Sure. Has anybody ever crashed into you before?
No, not like a big, yeah.
Okay. So you don't know what you're talking about then. Is what we've pretty
Giorgio,
much deduced by
what were
this.
you going to say, Giorgio?
What kind of crash was this? Was this like I'm barreling in, or is like we're hanging out, we're standing by the ski slopes, I start sliding a little bit. I can't control it because I'm new here. I Dave Matthews crash into you.
So anyways, so the injuries that he says he suffered, right, are broken ribs, traumatic brain injury, and a complete dissolving of his life, like relationship with his family.
Yeah.
Wife got divorced.
Yeah.
He's been mean to his kids.
Yeah, he
He's
hates his
never
kids. He
mean
hates
to
his
his
kids now, yeah.
kids. So no, it's not just like a chill, but they were on a beginner slope. So we're assuming that everyone on this slope, most of them are with instructors. We're assuming that everyone on this slope is not a, professional skier. And then it's also not a black diamond, right? So it's not something where you could really get up enough, either one of them.
I hate to stop you here. I really do. Gwyneth Paltrow was raped on a mountain, and we're not.
I did love that
We're
headline.
going into his
No.
injuries.
I know.
now.
I'm sorry.
Like Gwyneth
Oh,
Paltrow
I thought we were really talking
was
about it.
raped on a mountain, and again, I'm sorry you've never been skiing before,
Right.
and nobody's ever crashed into you,
Right.
But could you imagine what was going through her mind? Like she almost had a penis inside her anus. By another man on skis. That is
Through the
fucking
whole suit and everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. All of that going
Yeah.
through your mind at once. When somebody backs into you skiing, the first thing is like, oh my God, is a penis going to pierce my suit and I'm going to get raped out here? That almost happened to Gwyneth. To me, and I wasn't there, but I have been skiing and I have been crashed into by people. I need to hear that noise, and I need to hear him back on the stand in a cross-examination making the exact noise, or her doing the exact noise, because if it was a, like right as he hit her, rape. And I think she's totally, she should countersue.
She is.
She is.
For $1 and legal
Come on.
fees.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Did you guys read this part? When he hit her, apparently he said, "I'm the king of the castle and you're the dirty rascal. Come crash into me."
Yep. Go ahead and pull that mic from Giorgio today. We're all done.
Giorgio's on your side.
16 minutes
Giorgio's
in
on
there.
your side. Giorgio's going through your fucking bullshit.
It's not. That is
Yes,
a
he
beautiful
is.
love song. I'm not talking about Rape Me by Nirvana. If you sang the lyrics to Rape Me by Nirvana, then we're getting somewhere.
Wait,
Crash
say
Into
Nirvana?
Me. Nirvana.
Oh.
Crash Into Me is
I
a
heard
love
Nirvana.
song about a consenting couple, where Nirvana, it's a fucking rape song. Like, sing the words to that, because that's what happened to Gwyneth Paltrow. Now, once she pulled her ski suit back up after the rape happened, then what is this man now claiming? He's saying that he was crashed into, or because it sounds like she got raped from behind on a mountain in a ski suit.
I think maybe is the claim something like, if you if you walk in front of a driving range or a shooting range,
Yes.
right, that's on you,
Yeah.
right? If you're
Yes.
just dawdling around
Yes.
and not on your phone, not paying attention,
Right.
and you walk and people are hitting golf balls 5 feet away from you
Sure.
in your direction.
You're just hoping that one of them is being hit by a super rich, famous person, right?
Right.
Yes.
That's not exact. I mean, there are, clearly you guys are poor, but there are rules on the slope.
Well, who
As
got
far as who
got
if
hit?
you get hit, there are things that you need. If you hit someone, there are things that you need to do before you head back down, as far as like etiquette and rules of the slope, as
But
it were.
Again,
so you do
who
have to
hit
make
who?
sure.
Did-
Exactly.
Did she hit him or did he hit her?
So they're both saying the exact opposite. And there's nobody that witnessed it. And there's no video.
Yeah.
And so both people are saying the exact opposing thing, which is
Rape.
he's saying she crashed in the back of me. He's saying whatever. She's saying that whatever.
Yeah,
The exact opposite.
I understand. So we don't know the crash victims. We don't have any footage from overhead.
No. So you just have to be like, what really happened here?
So I'll tell you what, you take the man's perspective, I'll take the woman's perspective, okay? Go through what he's claiming first, and
Okay.
I'll go through what happened to Gwyneth Paltrow. So what is he saying?
So he's going down the slope. Okay.
Yep.
69, I think, at the time.
Oh, Jesse, we're not doing that today. This is a family show.
He was 69 at the time. He's going down
his
this
age.
He's going down the slope. Minding his business, and up behind him, he just gets completely knocked over,
Yep.
tumbled.
Yep.
He doesn't know what's going on, disoriented, and Gwyneth Paltrow skis behind him around and goes, "You just fucking hit me, you motherfucker," and went back down. Now, I'm not even joking.
That was the exact dialogue.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Gwyneth Paltrow and her instructor basically just gave him the finger and just went right back down. No
Okay.
one stayed with him. No one made sure that he was okay. They all just...
Important piece of info. I didn't know she had an instructor with her.
Yes.
Now, did he as well? Because you're on a beginner's mountain.
I don't think he did.
Okay, so he was too poor to have one.
That, or he was just like, okay.
Or
like,
he knew
didn't
how to
need
ski.
one. Yeah,
Well, no,
he knew how to ski.
You're not on a beginner's slope if you're just learning like that.
He's old. He's old. You're going back to the beginners if you're old.
You
Go
wanted
get a
him to
coach.
go on Black Diamond?
Go get a coach. First time I did it, I got up on a Black Diamond, dude. I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
Nobody-
he
School
skis
Hard
a
Knocks.
lot.
No.
He skis a lot.
No,
He does?
no one in the AARP
So
is
yeah.
fucking skiing skeleton's way. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
They're
you
literally
hit the
just
bunny.
cruising.
I don't
bunny
think
hills.
you're. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
you're doing a
No
beginner's
one on your
mountain, are
first
you?
time is skiing a Black Diamond. They're not even doing blues. No.
I
For-
will
Not-
say,
not-
like
not
like snowboarding, right? Like when you go back first of the season or the first time you get there, you go one run down the bunny slope, see what it's like.
Get warmed up.
Get warmed up, see what the snow's like, see what we're dealing with.
See what kind
and
of
then
fresh
you,
powder.
Powder.
there is.
Yeah,
Oh,
pow
powder,
pow.
yeah.
You've never done it.
Some pow pow.
Pow pow.
Hitting the moguls.
Fucking white wall. See if there's
Yeah.
any white walls. But anyway, yeah. So I think he wasn't with an instructor. I don't know.
Okay.
He's quite rich himself. I mean, so
Not
so
Gwyneth
they're
Paltrow rich.
No, exactly.
Yeah, nobody's Gwyneth Paltrow rich.
Right.
Now, do you think they got into a race where they tried to save the mountain, depending on who would win the race?
No, I don't think that happened at all.
Who was racing?
There was
him and Gwyneth.
They don't even know each other.
Yeah, I know,
Delco.
but that's just how 80s movies work, right? Like,
Well,
Oh yeah,
they
yeah,
raced
yeah,
down
yeah.
the
Better Off
mountain.
Dead.
Better
Is
Off
that Better
Dead,
Off Dead?
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So
Okay, so that's what he's saying, right? And how much money does he want?
he first went in 2016 when he first brought the suit. He wanted 3.1 million.
Okay.
Now he's kind of like, I'll take 300,000.
Which is probably
His legal fees.
Yeah.
Because it's, been going on so long. I think the
7
idea
years. 7 years.
I think the idea in the beginning was like, I got hit by Gwyneth Paltrow. There's emails that they're, bringing up between him and his family and his doctor and stuff, being like, it was Gwyneth Paltrow and the Coldplay guy that hit me. I'm famous. He's even saying in the
No
email,
way.
don't worry. I guess people will know who I am
Was
now.
the Coldplay guy there? Was Chris Martin there?
So if it's 2016, no.
No.
Maybe.
they're still like best friends. All the
Yeah, yeah,
families
yeah.
vacation together and shit.
Right. But he's not being brought to the stand, so clearly he wasn't there.
Did Chris Martin go to the guy on the ground and say, I will fix you?
That was good.
You're welcome. You're welcome for that. Now, I'm going to tell you from Gwyneth Paltrow's perspective what really happened here. So you guys don't really need to watch the trial.
You can go as ridiculous as you want, and it's probably not going to be as ridiculous as the real thing. But go ahead.
No. Gwyneth Paltrow. Beginning to ski.
Sure.
Deer legs out there. Didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah.
Super rich. And she says, you know what I'm going to do? I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm going to get an instructor because I'm rich. I'm sorry to the rest of you poor fucks that I get an instructor for the bunny slopes because that's where beginners go on a rich-ass mountain.
Let me
Okay?
say one thing, Gwyneth.
God damn it!
Gwyneth, can I stop you for 1 second? So, Gwyneth, so your instructor, though, is more, I think it was more like a rich person's escort because he was really far in front of her. And so I think he was just kind of clearing the way for Gwyneth to go down.
That is some poor people's shit. You lead from the front, all right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's what
he
we
was
learned
front.
from the military. He was in the front.
He was in the front.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you do.
Yeah. So he was down
To
clearing.
instruct, yeah.
He was clearing the way
Sure
for her
was.
to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone get out of the way. Gwyneth Paltrow is skiing down the mountain. Yes, she's married to the guy from Coldplay.
Yeah.
All right? Gwyneth Paltrow's going down the mountain very gingerly. She's probably weighing in at 98, 97 pounds these days, only eating a bowl of soup
Yeah.
and some fucking tree bark before
Bone-
4 p.m.
bone
They
broth.
don't get
Yeah.
bone broth.
Yeah.
They don't eat after 4 p.m. And that's what Chris Martin just said the other day, by the way. That's real.
I think it's
Bruce
great.
Springsteen taught them that. And Bruce Springsteen's going to live forever. And he's a real working man. Now, Gwyneth's down there, very frail. Rich ski instructor, cleared the way, teaching her the ropes, everything that's going on. This guy, bloodthirsty rapist, barreling down the mountain. That guy was, you don't even have to look it up. I can tell you. He's won 2 silvers in Montreal at the Winter Olympic Games, knew how to ski, professional. And what he saw, he spotted him up there and he said, holy shit, There's my fucking meal ticket, dude. I blew out my knee. I didn't get to go for a gold 4 years later. Now's my chance to really cash in. And while I'm there, might as well get my rape on. And I think that's when he decided, boom, I'm going to barrel down the mountain. I'm going to pull out my penis. Then I'm going to insert it in Gwyneth Paltrow. Make sure that I come real quick, knock her over to the ground, and then go into the mountain, call all my buddies, round up the emails and everything else, file this lawsuit, and then I'm going to start beating my kids, just because I've always wanted to do that. Am I close here on everything that's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat the kids. They're wooden spoon survivors, these fucking kids, you know? He just keeps beating him at 69 years old. You never lose it. You never lose that backhand. And this was his moment in the sun, and then it all fell apart because he thought Gwenny's going to just write a check and get out of there. She's running Goop. That thing's churning out $400 million a year. What's 3.1 to Gwenny? Who gives a fuck about that? But Gwyneth Paltrow has morals. All right, she was best friends with Harvey Weinstein. She has morals. She said, no, I'm going to drag this out for 7 years, go through a 10-day trial, and then I'm only going to charge you $1, and it's going to go, that $1 is going to go to charity. Now, what did she lose out of all this? Her virginity.
Right.
Rumor has it she was still a virgin during this, and he took that from her. She also lost a half a day of skiing, which that's easily $225 at that mountain. I've been to that mountain. It's beautiful, but it's expensive. Okay? And then all the time that she's not been able to test vagina-scented candles on Goop because she's had to prepare for this trial for 7 years, she could have asked for a lot more and didn't. And that just shows the character of Gwyneth Paltrow. So yes, the world is rooting for her. This is exactly what happened. No need to watch anything else or read anything else. She's a victim.
So the world is not rooting for her, but I was hoping that you would more be like, dude, fuck yeah. Like, this is exactly the shit that you would want to do, which is like,
very petty.
This fucking asshole is bringing this suit. You know what we're going to do? Drag it out, make him pay all of that money because he doesn't have it. He doesn't have as much as I have. And then we're going to go to fucking trial. He thinks I'm going to just pay him off. We're going to go to trial. I'm going to come in like a smug bitch, and I don't even care if I fucking lose.
Yeah. And then you know the other side of this that they don't tell you about? I haven't been in quite a few of these goddamn lawsuits. At the end of this, when she's found innocent, then the judge is going to sit there and be like, man, for wasting this woman's time for the last 7 years, here's the legal fees I'm going to ring you up for. And you're out of there. So she's probably going to get somewhere north of, because her lawyers are expensive.
Yes.
She's probably going to get north of $500,000 off of this guy, plus that $1. And what does he get? He gets nothing.
Yeah.
But he looks like a fucking liar. I can't taste wine anymore. That was actually one thing that he said. I can't go to wine tastings.
He can't go to wine tastings.
He can't go to wine tastings anymore. He can't taste wine out in public anymore because of these injuries. He beat his fucking children. Punched his wife in the face. Is that what happened? They got divorced? Is he his brain's all scrambled from the accident?
He didn't beat anybody, but yeah.
Did he drive over somebody? Is that what I heard too?
No.
Is anything that I said true today?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well.
So
look,
you've made a mockery of this story.
This trial.
I'm disappointed.
You shouldn't
to say
be.
the least.
You shouldn't be.
To say the least.
If you want my onesie
This is
twosies,
rich against poor. This is poors against rich, talls against smalls. This guy is my size.
Yeah.
She's 5'10". I mean, these are all these are the only way that I identify anyone. Like, I don't see race, color, gender, anything.
Sure.
I see rich and poor. I see tall and small. That's it.
But
and this is and it's just this is the only thing that's on trial here.
So he's at a level of rich, right? That is just you're comfortable in being rich. You're not really fucking buying PJs, private jets,
no.
or any of that shit. He's probably a dentist or something. What would
What
you
is
say?
he,
What does
Bob?
he do for a living? This guy?
Optometrist.
Okay.
Or,
yeah.
I don't know.
An
Find
eye
out.
doctor. Yeah.
It's a specific doctor, but I don't know what.
Do we know what kind of doctor he
he's
is?
a retired optometrist.
Okay, retired optometrist. So he's an eye doctor. All right, that's what that means. Sorry that Jesse, don't laugh. That's what that word means, and I'm sorry that I had to teach you
I'm
today.
not laughing.
Okay.
I'm used to the condescendence.
There's just no way this guy wins this law. Like, no one named Terry Sanderson is winning a lawsuit
Holy
against a
shit!
celebrity.
Is that his fucking name,
Yeah.
Terry
But-
Sanderson?
He might be like Skip Doobly-Doop. Like, it's just not gonna fucking, like, just leave. Like, you're gonna lose.
Man, this little short king dude, short king has short money, and he thought to himself, he was like, you know what, dude? Yeah, I got enough money for a lawsuit against Gwyneth Paltrow. Think again, hombre.
But I think you underestimate people's hatred for Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, right, Bob? Am I wrong?
You're wrong. People, we've turned the corner on Gwyneth Paltrow.
We have, but I don't think
Everybody
the
has.
world.
We'll see. We'll see what happens when the verdict is
I mean,
read.
they just did an article about because she said what she ate, she's out of touch and horrible. And
Who said that though?
I mean, I'm going off
Yeah,
articles
it's kind
and
of like
shit.
headlines, but I don't think it sticks.
Guys,
Okay.
it
People
doesn't
care.
stick. She's Teflon.
People keep trying, and people are just like, yeah, that's
How do
Gwyneth.
you guys
That's
feel
Gwyneth,
about
dude.
her?
That's Gwenny.
Right?
I've switched.
Gwenny.
I feel bad for her.
So I'll be honest. I've switched.
Why can't she just be fucking rich?
So when she was doing Goop initially, and it all started, and I looked at all this dumb shit, I was like, fuck this lady, fuck this whole culture, everything else. And then she got so much hatred for it. She comes out and she goes, look, I'm making shit for rich people, not the rest of you poors. And that's when it changed for me. And I was like, oh, well, fuck. It's fine if you admit it, and then it's fun after that, right? I thought the same thing about Dave Portnoy from Barstool. As soon as he got that check, him doing the underdog bit, I was like, you can't do that anymore because you're super fucking rich. If the seltzer company sold or whatever the fuck it was, and we were super rich, I would tell everybody how fucking rich I was every day.
No, I get that, but
Because you're going to be out of touch if you don't.
No, I get that.
So that makes me like her, and now she's in touch with her stupid shit. And now I can look at it and have a nice laugh. I own the vagina candle. It's right here.
It's genuine. For what it's worth, it's genuine. When I turned the corner with Paltrow, and I think I kind of got you on board too. But
you did.
But the idea behind it was she was doing the same thing that Oprah was doing, where it's like my favorite things.
Yeah.
Like, let me show you the things that I use and I buy, and I'm just trying to show you the best things in the world because I've tried everything out. And it was so disingenuous because it was like some, plastic bag from Amazon. And you're like, no, you fucking don't, Oprah.
Right.
Show me what you really have. And I will decide if I want to spend the money on it or I will strive to get that or whatever. But don't show me poor people shit to be like, hey, here's your stuff. And then I'll have the real stuff at my house. And then Gwyneth said, for any of you that might be rich or become rich or be my friends or have this money.
Or just want to go into debt.
Right?
Yeah.
This shit is the best you can get. It's nice to know that, right? Like,
Yes.
This is literally the top of the line, best thing that you can get like this.
Actually telling you. And then, she's the type of person, too. Don't expect, she's telling you, don't expect to see my shit in Target. I'm not some hobo like Joanna Gaines.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude.
I'm really rich. She's Waco
Really
rich.
rich.
I'm really rich.
You're not
Yes.
going to see Goop next to Dale Earnhardt Jr. shit in the back of Walmart. You're not going to see that. Giorgio, do
should.
you have a lighter? Do you have a lighter today?
I'm sure I could find
If you
one.
could grab a lighter. Joel, do you have a lighter back there? Is there a lighter? We should light Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina in a prayer
Bill
to her
Schofield,
right
if the snow boot doesn't fit,
now. Yeah,
you must have quit.
You must have quit.
Nice,
That's
Bill.
True.
And then
That's true.
Kelly, what did Kelly say? She said, I'm small
There
and
it
poor.
is.
Jables will never be my friend. No, I'm small and poor too. So we're the same.
For now, but when you get rich, then you're going to have to say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm rich. And then I'll just take you to cool
identify
shit.
as-
Yes. Look at that. Gwyneth
I
Pal-
identify as tall though, but I'm not.
We just lit Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. The candle actually says, this smells like my vagina, Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm not kidding, by the way.
Everyone knows.
Oh man, this smells like innocence right here.
So is it like a fresh out of a shower with out of like a bath with rose petals in it?
Beautiful.
Or is this like after a jog?
Beautiful. No, it smells like fucking almond milk, tulips, and then a hint. Just a hint.
Bob
of
wants
lavender.
the one that's after a jog.
Yeah, I don't want the. I don't want.
He's
spa.
very specific.
I don't want the
boy.
spa. You know,
He
the
wants
dirty
he
one.
wants tight, not breathable leggings after a
He
run.
wants the Peloton fucking vagina
Peloton,
smell,
maybe like
yeah.
a hike through Runyon, that type of situation.
Sure.
Ooh,
Yeah.
on a day that's over 90 degrees in Los Angeles. Yeah, get a little sweat in there, a little stink, a little musk. Musk it up down there.
You don't need to make your flower smell like a different flower.
You sure don't. Hit that
guys are fucking
angel,
gross, dude.
the angelic sound for Gwyneth here. We're raising this candle for you. I'm smelling your vagina live on air, and I'm praying for your innocence, Gwyneth. I believe in you. You've won an Oscar. You've won an Emmy. You don't even remember starring in like 4 Marvel movies. You're innocent, because all rich people are. There we go. So we'll find out next week. But to me, this has captivated our household, the nation, everything else, and I'm all in on this. And
I just think it's so ridiculous and amazing.
she's a rape survivor.
And the clips coming out of it are, rivaling Johnny Depp. Like, it's
great.
really...
It's great.
This is what we've come to as far as, like, trials that we're televising.
Yeah, the
think it's
only
great.
thing that I don't like, just one. I just have one tiny note on this entire trial. Just one. Mm-hmm. It's the fucking Dahmer glasses. Ladies.
She got rid of those. She heard you.
These will never...
She heard you.
ever be a thing that one dude is like, man, Gwyneth Paltrow, hot. You know what would make it hotter is if you wore some Jeffrey Dahmer glasses. Jay Anus, same thing. Stop wearing these goddamn things. You know who wore it on Jeopardy the other night? Aisha Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful woman. Why are you doing this?
She's always worn those, though. I will say.
dumb.
I know, but she was doing it.
First, maybe she was. But is it better to be first at the worst thing on the at the worst thing on the planet? Is that better to be first at? Where you're just like,
No,
oh,
I'm
sweet.
just saying.
I was the first one to wear hyper color. Like,
Well, is it better to be first at the worst thing or last at the worst thing? Like, I just now started wearing Dahmer glasses. You're like, we've been through this.
Who was the last shopper out of the door at the Ed Hardy store on Melrose?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
Who was the last one out before they closed the doors and went out of
That's what I'm
business?
saying. Would
Find
you
that
rather
guy.
be the first one that wears it or
Yeah.
the last one out of the
I
door?
miss
Tough call. Tough call.
Yeah.
I really do.
Tough call.
Yeah.
R.I.P. He's dead.
We could probably find some vintage
dead.
Ed Hardy for
A
you.
giant tiger.
Christian Adogier is his name. He's dead. He died in. Let's get dark today. He died in Michael Jackson's mansion, the one where he died in. So, that not only did that mansion take the life of Michael Jackson, it also took the life of the guy who created Ed Hardy. You know, weird, right?
Yeah.
Man, a lot of history in that mansion and that manch.
I'm sorry, James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're really, I don't even know if we're going to get wood fire pizza together. Okay?
What if I'm wearing
I
that?
might go, what?
If I'm wearing that, Bob, pull that back up.
Oh, then I'll go. Then I'll go. I'll go.
That, dude.
Okay, then I'll go.
Look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Is that for sale?
Yeah.
Is it? Has
$40 on eBay.
Has it come full circle where we can wear that again? And
I
it be,
think you can wear that Miami regardless.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you know what? It might not stick out as much.
I know.
There.
I know. Man, it kind of looks all right. Like that long sleeve. Actually, I think Giorgio could pull that off. He's got
Yeah,
a
but you
dainty
need, like,
frame
the
that can pull
women's
shit.
one. Yeah.
You can pull shit like that off.
Get him some like iron, some like rings, some
Yeah.
big iron type rings.
We could just make him Persian.
Oh, boy.
Should we
He's close.
slick back? Should we like slick back his
If we
hair?
slick back his hair and have him just lay out for the day, like that's super close.
Expensive glasses.
Get him at the Clevelander all day.
Ed Hardy.
I actually want him in only this Ed Hardy vest.
Oh, and nothing else under it.
Yeah, like
Great.
this is his shirt for the day.
For the game, he shows up at the,
And like
at the
a
baseball
boot,
game.
cut.
Yeah.
We need a
Yep.
boot cut jean with the white stitching.
Yeah, it'd be great.
People wouldn't even notice it
No,
on you.
nope.
Nope. In
You
Miami?
wouldn't even turn heads, bro.
No, you sure wouldn't. Is there a way to
That's
overnight
the worst
that?
part. That is
The only thing that would be weird.
It all.
The only thing that would be weird is that I'm walking around with you. They wouldn't even be
Yeah.
looking at you. They're like, "What
Yeah.
is that mom doing with the coolest guy in the world?" in Miami.
I would be your overdressed assistant. You would be
God,
some
it would be
rich
funny.
person.
It'd be so
But isn't
funny.
Ed Hardy, wasn't it supposed to like symbolize that you have money?
It,
Because
was expensive.
It's
as
like $100
shit.
a t-shirt.
Oh, dude, it was expensive as shit. It
But
was
really
so
rich people,
fucking pricey.
incredibly rich people dress like shit
Exactly.
They still do.
because they
Yeah.
don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. I remember the first.
The richest people aren't trying to show you that they're rich. They
They
just
also
fucking are.
They don't go to good restaurants either.
No,
I know,
God
right?
damn it, dude! You were living my life right now, and I love you for it. The first I was with Evan Hafer, the the owner of Black Rifle Coffee. Obviously, was on the show for years and years. But we took a meeting in Salt Lake City, and he was like, "Hey, we have to go to dinner with this billionaire." You know, we were looking for investors and all that stuff for Black Rifle at the time, early on in the company days. The guy that walked in, I was just like, where is? I was expecting, and it was like, hey, somebody came up and was like, that's the guy, and I was like, that's the fucking guy? That's the guy I was like, no fuck, worst restaurant too, and he picked it out, and it was one of the worst restaurants I've ever been to in my life, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He looked super poor, like he was parking cars, took us to the worst restaurant that we've ever been to. And it was only until we
is
got
Salt
out
Lake
of there
City, but
and got
whatever.
into a blue Lambo and he drove away that I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess he's rich.
Ew,
Like,
and then like a blue
I know,
Lambo. Like,
I know, dude.
Yeah.
why
I
not
know.
get a fucking badass
I
like
know.
Escalade
I'm
or
with
something?
you. I'm with you.
The people that dress the best probably are like in the $300,000 to $500,000 a year range.
Correct.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
probably best restaurants. Always
Yeah.
like mansions, by the way. The decor is never sweet.
Ever.
It's always like a tacky Cheesecake Factory.
Every one of these celebrity mansions that I've been to is awful. It's you're right. It's tacky. It's terrible. There's a lot of marble,
iron,
a lot of marble
marble,
and iron, and you're just
and
like
like a red velvet kind of curtain. And
yeah.
Maybe some swords on the wall.
Swords,
Swords,
lots
yeah.
of columns, right?
No.
Why are you hitting on the columns?
I know, Ed Hardy, you love a column.
It's too much, dude.
gold curtain
You start
rod.
putting
Yeah.
columns
Yeah.
in your house. It's
Yeah.
like you live in Rome.
Inside
Who
the
are you
house is
fooling?
too much.
Inside
Yes,
the house,
dude,
like
yes.
fountains, gaudy fountains
Yeah.
everywhere.
Like Rick
Inside.
Ross's house. I look at Rick Ross's house. They used it for the shooting of Coming to America 2. All the interior and all that stuff and the exterior of that house. It was owned by Evander Holyfield in Atlanta. And as a kid, we knew it of like, oh my gosh. And then you look inside of it and you're like, I don't want anything to do with this house. Like, there it is. Pop it up on screen right there.
Ooh, that's nice.
That
It
looks
just
like the
seems,
Bellagio.
like, dusty and musty, even when it's clean,
You
right?
won't go into half of those rooms throughout your entire
Well, that's-
existence living in that house.
That's what the Insta models are for. Like they
Lots
keep the
of,
house
like,
lived in.
purple.
I guess. Is there
Dark
is there
purples.
interior shots of that, Bob? Do they have interior shots of the mansion? Because if they do, you'll be like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? That's just there we go.
Ooh,
Yes. It's exactly this is it. This is exactly what Jesse said, word for word, right there. Look at that. You've
Love
got
it.
columns everywhere. This looks like the White House. Dead serious.
weird.
This looks like Congress when you walk into Congress, where you're like, all right, cool, man.
Weird statue. It's like the
It's not your home.
Versailles.
That
What
doesn't
is
feel
that?
like a home.
The Queen of Versailles shit.
Yeah.
the Versace mansion.
It doesn't feel like a home at all. That feels like, oh, I'm in somebody else's
It's
museum.
like a museum.
Yeah.
I wanna
feels
smoke
like a
weed in
fraternity
there.
house.
Because they don't know how to put things together. All they do, like if they walked around the house, they would be pointing out, like, this was imported from Italy. Oh, we got this marble from the church in, Greece, whatever. So they don't actually put anything together. They just know that each piece individually is super expensive.
Right.
And that's all they kind of know.
Yeah.
Like we
yeah.
got these crystals for the chandelier, broken out of the window at.
And they'll tell you too. They'll be like, oh, that's a lovely chandelier. And I was like, ugh, it's missing 2 of those prongs up there. They're fucking $42,000.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna get that fixed. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I didn't know because there's 10,000 crystals on there. Sorry, I didn't spot those 2. You fuck. But no, there's no point to that unless you were having your whole extended family live in there. Then I think it'd be hilarious. Like a Mexican family with like 38 relatives, and they were like, look, let's just buy a mansion and all live together and then have a blast with it. Like, that's fun to me.
For sure.
Danny Trejo lives like that. It's not a mansion this size at all, but it's a big house and everything else. And dude, there was fucking people barbecuing. It was a million family members, and I was like, oh shit, this is dope as fuck. It's your entire family just partying all day and there was a pool and all that stuff. And you're like, this is great.
Right.
That seems like a fun life. That does not whatsoever to me. That is like wait your turn to go up into the museum. Then what do you tell your kids rolling around up there? Do you even find them? Hey, where's Jax? I don't know. I think he's in the 9th bedroom to the left. Is he in the 9th bedroom?
Many families with young kids that are living like
I don't
that,
either. Do you?
though. No.
No.
I don't think they would.
It's mostly people who get money later in life. It's just a onesie twosie sitch, and then once they're in there, they're like, this house is too big. Every one of those, the people said the same thing. They're like, it's too big, man. I should probably sell this. And I was just like, because you got a 15,000 square foot house for 2 of you.
I went to a wedding in North Dallas, like past Plano even, and it was at a mansion. A huge fucking mansion that I guess some guy who had invented some microchip for like IBM in the 90s lived in. So a guy who just came into a shit ton of money pretty quick. And they lived in that mansion for a while. There's a basketball court downstairs, a bowling alley, fucking dope front, back, everything. It's this size. It looked like about the size of this, huge yard. It's like there's like a grounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything you could possibly imagine a mansion being, it had this. A movie theater, a fucking huge study. Anyway, at some point, the people that owned it were like, we can't fucking live here anymore. This sucks. And now they just rent it out.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only other option. Because no one's going to then buy that off of you, right?
Right. So the only one I'll say, like, kind of on that level, Bob, that maybe did it right. So my old agent had a mansion, but he kept it like one story. So you felt like, all right, because he had a private movie theater and all that bullshit, right? And it was dope. Like, it was a real movie theater with seats in it that went down and a projector and all that other stuff.
It's one story. That's
it was
not
one
a mansion.
story, but the grounds came down, right? So it went down, and then it had a pool, and then this huge pool house down there. And I was like, all right, this is kind of fun because you can't really get lost anywhere. Everybody's at least on one story at that point. And I would probably say 7,500 square feet, somewhere in there. But the movie theater took up
7,500
square feet. But the movie theater probably took up 2,000 square feet of it. I mean,
we should probably define a mansion, right?
Yeah. Was that?
I don't think that's mansions.
Over 8 rooms.
No, I think it's a square footage thing.
It had 8 rooms.
As far as like what would
It had 8 rooms.
constitute.
The typical real estate definition of a mansion is 5,000 square feet or more.
Really?
And
Yes.
at least 5 to 6 bedrooms.
There you go.
And they typically sit on a small acreage, though I suppose they don't have to if you're in Manhattan.
Yeah. So Homeboy had a good probably 3 to 4 acres. It's probably about the size of this lot, to be honest with you. So yeah, 3.5, 4 acres, and it was beautiful, and it was one story, and but the movie theater did take up. He was a movie agent, so it took up
5,000.
Yeah, Jabes.
That's not that much.
5-bedroom, 5,000 square foot house is a mansion?
It is.
Yeah, come on now. That's like it's got to
This
be like
feels
small.
like we're pandering.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, don't worry, you have a mansion. No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
It's like you have a yacht, but basically there's just a bathroom on your
Yeah,
boat.
like we're just being like, oh, let's make the square footage smaller to not make people feel bad.
I think the definition
not a
of
fucking
mansion
mansion.
has changed over the years because of like TMZ and all that other bullshit. Because you're looking at these houses and it.
Greg's saying like 10,000 square feet, which I would be like,
Greg Lemontagne?
yeah, like that. If it's over 10,000,
I need a compound.
Oh,
Yeah.
High and Angry says we call those Mick mansions. So there was a place next to mine in New Jersey where the guy built a McMansion. That's what everybody on the block called it. And you're right. But I think that was maybe 4,000 square feet that guy's house was. So, I mean, technically you're still
Okay.
a grand under
yeah,
it,
you're
but-
right. Fuck a mansion, like a compound with a bunch of different like.
Now that
Houses
yes,
on-
dude, and that I can get
Yeah.
behind. That's what Jared has.
Here's
Yeah.
one.
That's what
Is this a mansion?
I think I would say yes.
Yes, I would
but
say
what's
yes. Where is that? Is that here?
That's in Drip.
Okay.
5,600 square feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's another house with more
That house
square
is
footage
beautiful.
in it, right?
No, it's just this. They're not counting whatever this thing is in the back. I don't
$3
even know
million.
what that is. Yeah, $3 million, 7 beds, 7 bath, 5,600 square feet.
Yeah, that's a mansion, dude.
You are in the fucking hills.
Look at that. That's a beautiful view.
Fucking rad, though,
What's
you guys.
what's that? You said they got a little box out back, something like a gym, like a home gym
No,
or
I'm
something.
sure it's like a guest
Yeah.
quarters or something.
Yeah,
Now, is
that's
this
a
a
man-
mansion.
That's a ranch.
Yeah, I would say that's a ranch. It
Yeah.
is even a ranch
Hey,
style. What is it?
Is it a ranchin'?
Ooh, man, what is
Ooh, there's a new one.
There we go, a
bitch.
ranchin'.
You're really doing it. Look at that.
This is
that's
just like
dope.
a
How
place
much
where
is
you
that?
have weddings.
Yeah, how much? Yeah,
Looks like-
exactly. It does.
This is 3.9,
$3.9 million.
Get your
But
own
what's the
pavilion.
square footage of it?
51, so it's less than the other one.
Yeah, but that's still now that looks like a fucking mansion. What's that?
This is 7,700 square feet.
Yeah, that's a big house. That's a
And there's a
fucking
guest
huge
house.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, it's like the higher the square footage goes, the shittier
I
the
don't
decor.
know. I don't know if we should be showing the inside of people's houses. You know?
It's on Zillow.
They're fucking trying to sell it. They should thank us. We're giving them free fucking worldwide.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? If we had
Exposure.
Gwyneth Paltrow on this show, she would have laughed at all of these.
We're gonna invoice them.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, like me being surprised that that's a mansion was the most Paltrow thing
Ever.
ever. Of being like, what?
Man, you're too into that trial.
5,000 square feet? That's nothing.
You're too into that trial.
Yeah, I know. I'm becoming.
We need to knock it
hanging out
down
with
a
me too
couple
much.
pegs.
Yeah, I know.
I know, with Rich Delco. over
Seriously,
there.
like, Delco doesn't even care about the trial because he's like, what?
yeah.
Normal people?
I mean,
Talking about normal people stuff? What's the
Like,
problem?
What kind of deal is that gonna close for me?
Yeah, exactly. I bet he walks into the Marlins game with a brown bag with a lobster in it. And
Yep.
it's just like, oh, what are you guys having? Hot dogs? Cool. I brought my own.
I
He just
brought-
pulls out a lobster out of a
Or he
brown
just
paper
brings
bag.
everybody cartons of eggs and just like passes them out like
Wait.
Oprah.
You guys don't have Pappy here? That's weird. Why
Yeah.
can't
Oh,
you
yeah.
add
Exactly,
that?
yeah.
Can I get a Pappy like and Coke?
Can I get a Pappy and Hard AF, please?
Can I get a Pappy and Sprite?
a Pappy
You
Jammer?
mix it. Can I get it blended?
We did it. We did a whole bottle over there on the show.
Can I get a blended drink with Pappy Van Winkle
the
in
Pappy
it?
Sours, the Pappy Jammers we had that day. People were
Are you
so
serious?
upset.
You? Oh yeah,
Bob-
that
we
was
did it
the
for 100,000
idea.
subscribers.
Oh, okay,
yeah, we
okay,
did it
okay.
live on air and drank the entire bottle.
Who drank it straight?
Who do you think?
Yeah.
Holloway.
Oh, Pappy Grinch.
Oh,
dude.
Pappy Grinch wouldn't mix it. I never.
Now this is
I
this a
would
mansion?
never.
Here's another one.
Okay.
Okay. I like it already.
This looks good, right?
Eh.
Well. All right.
No, God.
Yeah.
They always have the worst fucking kitchens.
It's not bad.
The countertops are horrifying.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
But it's not a ghost
Lots
bed.
of, again, lots of wrought iron.
Little grotto out here. or
How much
something.
is that thing?
This isn't.
This is 2.4,
2.4.
Yeah.
All right. How many square
That's
feet?
cool.
51.
51. That's technically a mansion.
It's a nice pool.
It's technically a mansion. So if you're out there and you're wondering what a mansion is, hey.
Not to me.
But also, you probably could get that for half that price in any other state except for Texas, California, New York.
I don't know right now, but yeah.
Yes. In
Okay.
any other state besides here.
Actually, Austin's real estate prices have been going down. Dallas and Houston up. The whole East Coast. The Wall Street Journal said story on this yesterday. The East Coast is exploding, and the West Coast
It is
going
correct.
down.
Well, look, and I think with Austin in particular, you got those property taxes that are super fucking high, and people that are moving from Los Angeles are starting to look at Austin and be like, wait a minute. It's like the Spider-Man meme where you're just like, we're the same city now as far as prices go, because this is getting real goddamn close. Los Angeles and Austin.
Yeah, but Los Angeles has the infrastructure.
Yes, and we don't have that here
the
yet.
beach.
Right.
And the movie stars.
Yeah. Do you?
And the Nobu.
Yeah.
And they already have the high rises.
That's
they don't
true.
need to like
That's true. Yeah.
get rid of rainy.
Yeah, that's true. But East Coast wise, a lot of people are moving or trying to move to the beach because they're working from home, and this is going to be permanent for a lot of people. And we've heard that from a lot.
Well, if
of
you're smart, you go
folks
to
out
Costa
there.
Rica.
No, we're not doing Costa Rica anymore. All right, that's expensive as shit too. We went over that yesterday.
No, it depends where you are.
Yeah.
Do you know Costa Rica well?
I do. Like a Yaco is going to be expensive because it's a beach town. It's a touristy
Okay,
area.
This fucking rich fuck.
What about
dude.
a
You believe
Manuel
this
Antonio?
Rich fuck is gonna lecture
where,
us on.
But the
It's amazing.
closer, you go up into the like rainforest, the mountains, and everything, it gets a lot cheaper.
Yeah, and is that where you guys zip line? You
we
and
did-
your crew?
We
You guys
not
zip line up there?
We not zip line. No.
Okay.
No.
Just lifting in the
I didn't
jungle.
know. Yeah, because I didn't know if you guys built it or had somebody else build it before you got there. I don't know that level of rich, Delco,
Right.
and I'm trying to understand.
It's a selection of logs that weigh different weights. and
It
you
is
just
true,
pass
though.
them up.
It is true. Like, if you want to feel super rich, go to Costa Rica. Certain parts.
I like how just talking about Gwyneth Paltrow will lead you into this world of possibilities of how rich you could be, and then you're already looking down on just other rich shit where you're just like,
No, I've
"Wait
been
a
there.
minute." Yeah.
I've been there.
To Costa Rica?
Yes.
Okay, how is it?
It's great.
Were they wonderful?
I feel
And
like
I went
you-
to what?
Did you enjoy all the monkeys dying of electricity?
Yeah.
I mean, that I didn't notice that. I was at.
It's a free meal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Did we have to show her that? This was on Patreon yesterday. Do we have to show her these monkeys? Do we
Well,
have
but
to
we're
do it
on
to Jesse
YouTube.
today?
We're on YouTube.
Well, what will they do?
As Dan
No.
that one
reminded
yesterday that went up in
me
flames was awesome.
Yeah, pre-show I was telling Jesse like keep the
to
controversial
keep her
takes
shit
to a limit.
under check because we're on YouTube.
Ross is like, let's just burn it down.
Yeah, we're not showing
No,
this.
no. I didn't know. I didn't know what the rules were because I think the clip came from YouTube, right? So we'll leave it, but I'll
I mean,
I'll say
sure.
this.
Whatever you guys think.
Sign up. No, it's fine. Sign up for Drinking Bros podcast on Patreon. You just watch yesterday's show, and then you can see these monkeys literally on fire, burning on these electrical wires. I laughed for a good 5 minutes, and I enjoyed all of it. Like, it was awesome. Giorgio was trying to save these fucking things, and I was like, when have monkeys ever been great people to hang out with, or great, animals?
But
Never.
I think the move is Belize, really.
Yeah.
Because as U.S. citizens, you can buy property there. You can. They use the U.S. dollar, and the native language
And they
is English.
speak English, and it's all just like a Corona commercial.
And I think
Straight up.
I think he could lead a cult there, and some TED Talks, and just call it "Belize in Yourself." And I think that would be great.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
just believe in
That'd be good.
yourself.
We
and then
believe
that's
in you.
your yeah, exactly.
I will say, of the whole trip, Belize was my favorite.
Oh, so you went all through there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Started in Mexico City.
I
and
went on
backpacked all the way down.
Mexico?
You what?
I went on like essentially a third date to Belize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that work
This
out?
man.
I ended up dating the girl for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like they first met, and he's like, "I'm going here.
That's a lot
Do
of
you want to
trust.
go?" And at a certain age, it's like, "Sure."
Yeah. I know.
I don't have
yeah.
anything to do, right? What's the worst thing that can happen? You kill me in Belize and get away with
And
it?
then this
Sure.
this rich ass guy is gonna
It's
you
just
know
like,
help
I'll
me
take you.
believe in myself.
Believe-
to be
Please
fair,
myself.
she paid for the entire trip, and she had all I had to do was pay for the plane ticket.
What?
Okay, so it was her trip that you coattailed.
That she invited me on. Yeah.
Wow. And you broke up with her? Mm-hmm. Why?
2 years later.
2 years later,
I understand that, but I mean, is she still not rich? Like, what's the issue there?
she does okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened there? I don't really get it, Delco.
It's probably a long story.
Yeah. No, that of Delco, it's probably 2 sentences. It's real brief, and you're just like,
Probably.
yeah. She skipped leg day or something like that. It's just like, oh, all right, cool, man. She doesn't do legs.
She ate soup weird.
Yeah.
She had a bit of a coke problem.
Well,
That
there you
is
go.
easy.
There you go.
That's easy and complicated.
God,
all
give
in
yourself
one.
a round of applause
Yeah,
for that one.
yeah,
I was
that
not
was
expecting
good.
that.
That
but,
was good.
Proud of you.
We were going a lot more tame.
We sure were.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, we watched the Bachelor finale last night. It's all over, Delco. We hate to break this to you live on air today. The nurse from Austin that we picked from day one actually won the show, and they're getting married, so you can't even marry her now. She's out.
he didn't
She's out.
he didn't wasn't doing it for him.
Crazy. But she won, and Crazy Jeans, man, there was an edit last night that was something to believe in Hollywood-wise that both of us at the same time were like, oh my God.
That was
I
the
can't believe
editor's. It was editor's revenge, right? So it was like she was clearly a total bitch to crew and everything the whole time, and they had to cut stuff out. And so the very last moment, they kept in her kind of yelling at the crew for a second, and
Sure
I was
did.
just like, "Ooh, they snuck that in there," and I love it.
But she said something, what was it? Oh, hell to the no or something like that?
She got out of the limo, whatever.
white girl.
And she steps on the ground. She said, "Oh, hell no.
That's it.
You just parked me in the fucking mud."
Yeah. And then she goes,
She goes, "Next time, when the next girl comes, you better not fucking park here."
and then she goes,
God damn it.
because with the next girl, that's when it actually counts.
counts.
And you were just like, whoa. Not only are you saying you're losing this competition, which No
and
one
they
knows
never
at that
do
point.
they never really do a behind the scenes of them
No.
talking to the crew. So that was them being like, dude, fuck this bitch. She's not even winning anyways. Let's just leave this in and see if anyone catches us.
Because I thought before it led up to that, she was probably going to be the next Bachelorette. And then once that line came out of her mouth, I was like, oh,
it was over.
they hate her. She's not even going to be the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
They're saying, see you later, homegirl. But this was one of the first times, because I watched the show with you for years now at this point. This is the first time ever where the people actually matched up, and they will probably be married forever, I think. And homeboy,
They'll be one of those boring couples that they trot back out being like, our success story. And they're just like, gink.
yeah, and then we'll keep it in baseball terms here. Homeboy had a perfect game with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth and just gave up one single. It was a one hitter, but he was close to throwing a perfect Bachelor no here, and he made one slip up by fucking that crazy girl. When he had sex with that crazy girl, it was like, oh man, he was flawless throughout the season. Dorky guy, but he knew what he wanted, and he was nice. He seemed like a good person. So did the other girl, and I was like, man, I kept saying the whole season, I was like, man, he'll fuck this up somehow. They always fuck it up.
And he didn't. Good for him.
I know, but he made one mistake, and he fucked this crazy girl after he said he wasn't. Now you said the crazy girl tricked him into it. We call her 5150 in our house. You said she tricked him into having sex.
No, I don't think she tricked him, but she manipulated him for sure.
You think so? What did she say to get him to bone? You
Well,
think?
it was the whole date before that was just like, I'm not good enough. Like, nobody's ever loved me. Like, when you picked me second, and I'm sorry, and I just need to like get over it. And it was all just like him trying to like make sure she was okay, and knew that like, sorry that he picked her second or last, but he really does love her, and this is just the way the game goes. Like, I can't tell you anymore that like that doesn't matter. And he finally was just like, how do I shut her up from continuing to be like, I'm not good enough, I've just always felt like I was never good enough, or I didn't look good enough. And he's like, cool, I'll just fucking have sex with you. And then you could be like, ooh, have that.
You raise me up.
At a certain point,
He
you
grow
can't.
bander.
At a certain point, guys, especially like they're not going to want to keep telling you how great you are like the whole time. They want to be just like, okay, we're good, right? Like we're good. Can we just be talk? So
Yeah. And
that's how I think she got him.
it ended properly, though. I mean, good for them, and I was happy to see it at least. Won't be watching the next one though. They picked the Bachelorette, and she's kind of boring. Cute girl, but she's just boring, and I just no interest in that. Where I was like, man, if they threw that crazy one in there and let it go, you'd have so much footage.
Or you know what? I like the Buckle Bunny or whatever.
Meh, it's all
She
right.
would have been fun.
She wasn't redneck enough for me, you know. Like if you're gonna be a Buckle Bunny like that, I want it to be like who's Tater from Yellowstone? What's her fucking name?
Tater.
It's Tater.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, but it is.
Yeah.
It is.
No, but it is.
It is, right?
But it is.
Call, yeah. Like,
okay,
don't
cool,
fucking
cool,
call
cool,
her
cool.
her name. She's fucking Tater.
It's Tater.
Tater, yeah.
We're not going to like find out the actress's name. Like it's
No need.
Tater.
No, Bob, don't even look that up. I don't even want to
He's
know her
not
name.
going to.
Yes, I don't want to know her name. It's fucking Tater to me. That's what I want, though, out of a Buckle Bunny, where I'm like, all right, great.
No, it showed a little bit, which is what I liked. Where it was like she was cool, and then somebody would say something and she would like get super redneck with them.
Yeah.
And it would come out every once in a while. I like that.
I'd like to see that world, though. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
Of what?
Like a Real Housewives of fucking Bozeman, Montana, or Yellowstone.
They're doing Farmer
or
Wants a Wife.
Farmer Wants a Wife. Like, it's not good enough for me. You're
Just
not going to
saying,
go
if
back.
you want that.
We've had real fucking cowboys on the show before.
That's
and-
who they
and
are. They're
farmers.
real.
We've had real. Hang on. We've had real farmers and real cowboys on our show before, right? In the past, I can tell you this: there's not one normal girl once they actually live on a farm or a ranch for that long who wants that fucking life. There's not one single girl who you can pull out of Los Angeles or New York and be like, "Oh man, I just want to live on a ranch."
They have
Nope.
help.
They're not going to have help because
They
they're
have
going to help.
the help.
They actually have to help.
There's
once
going
they
to be
get out
grounds.
there,
There's going to be people
They
working.
don't want to do that. No, you're working. Everybody in those situations is out there fucking working.
No, I know, but you also have like people helping and
Yeah. You still got to get up at 6. You're going to hear those fucking hens or whatever.
Roosters?
Yeah, whatever they are, dude.
But you're doing it together.
I know. And that's the way they view it, but you're not going to pull one of these tricks out of New York and be like, oh, hey, come and live this life for the rest of your life. It's like, wait a minute, I've got to get my own milk every day.
Pull one of these what?
Tricks.
Hoes, sluts, little bitch ass. If you're not gonna pull them out of the high rises up in New York City, having dirty martinis at 3 o'clock on a Friday, you're not gonna bring them out to Bozeman, Montana's.
You're not going to do it. What, Jesse? You're not going to do that, and I'm sorry.
No.
All right? You're not going to give up wine with the ladies to go out and shoot the rooster's head off in the morning so you can put dinner on the table and then milk a cow so your children can just, Baba, baby want Baba. They're not going to do that. They're going to get over that shit real quick, you know? Mm-hmm. I think they did it with Paris Hilton and, who was it, Nicole Richie, when they were on that farm. They were miserable.
A simple life.
Yeah, they were miserable there.
Yeah, but
That was
that's the
poor
extremes.
shit, though.
That's-
They were going to Walmart and stuff. No, if you go to like Yellowstone, Dutton's Ranch,
Nope, doesn't
I'm
exist.
in.
Do you know how far a Walmart is? You're hoping for a Walmart there.
No.
We're hoping for one here.
Here's
for
what it
Christ's
is.
sakes.
You need a woman who has used to working hard in their life. If you take someone who's had things handed to them or has like never had any challenges or overcome anything or had the reward of working towards something, she won't last. But if it's another type of person, they might thrive there.
Yeah.
Giorgio's being super serious about this.
It's fine, but Womb Raider in the chat is saying Ross doesn't know how to kill a rooster, and you're goddamn right. That's why you're not going to see me out there. I'm not going to
He
pretend.
knows how to choke a rooster.
Sure do.
Real good at that. Some say an expert.
But with that, Jabes, I have no desire, or I'm not going to fake anybody out and be like, man, I'm as soon as this is all over, I'm going to live the life I was meant to on a ranch, on a cow thing. Like, no,
Nobody thinks
I'm
that.
not doing any. I'm
no,
not
but
doing any of
nobody
that.
would. Nobody ever
you
would
know-
ever think that that's what you're thinking. Not for 1 second.
I understand, but
Okay.
most dudes, men, if you ask them, if you said, hey, in a conversation in a bar where they're single and there's a bunch of girls around, it was like, hey, how do you envision the rest of your life?
Man, I tell you what, after I get out of this rat race, I'm going to buy me a ranch or a farm. I'm going to move there and just kind of live my life.
And it's like,
Nobody
you're not doing
here-
any of that
Nobody
shit.
here would say that.
We do have somebody. We've got a couple people in here who have said that before. Not going to get into it now, but I've had a couple people in the studio say that, and it's just like, no, that's not happening. That is not going to happen with your life because you actually have to get up super early and fucking work and do that shit. I know one dude who does it, and it's Richard Ryan. Richard Ryan is the only one that does it, but he's still single. And it's like, hey,
Richard
try
Ryan that
Richard Ryan,
drives
my
up
buddy.
in the range.
Yeah.
Rover.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he has that ranch, and he gets up. He's got the cows, the steers, the fucking all
No,
the
no,
shit,
no,
and the
no,
meat,
no,
and
no.
everything, and he does it.
Mm-hmm.
You can still do it with a Range Rover. You can
I
still do
know,
whatever way
I'm
you
just-
want, but he does it, and it's like, hey, I chatted with him about it. I think it was on the show, and I was like, how do you get a girl to do that? And I was like, I go, you've been dating that girl for what? We broke up. And I was like, sure did. Because nobody wants that life, dude. Nobody wants to go out and milk shit. Blow the heads off of roosters, Womb Raider. They don't want to do that. There's too
All
much
right.
blood, okay?
All right.
There's a lot of blood out there. All over the roosters' faces.
Anyways.
Do you have a Nature Nook or a Crime Corner today? If not, it's fine. We can save it for Thursday. Up to you.
Let's do real quick with video. We'll do a crime corner.
What? Repeat that.
We'll do a crime corner real quick.
Okay.
We'll have the Nature Nook on.
Crime Corner. Real itchy trigger finger on that one.
Okay,
I was
Bob.
trying to figure out if you were going back to back there. I was like, are you going?
No. We'll do the Nature Nook for
Thursday's show.
Patreon.
For Thursday's
We're gonna
show. Okay,
do UK man sentenced for murder after drunkenly telling police what happened. So if you could just find that video, I'll get into it. So British police have released a body cam footage showing a man in the United Kingdom drunkenly returning to the scene where he murdered a father of two. Adrian Ellenfort, 44, was stabbed multiple times at the residence. Mark Hecko, 26, is this guy. And he was found guilty of murder on Monday and sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 26 years. But this footage shows the suspect coming back, drinking a bottle of brandy, and telling the cops what happened.
Okay.
So
Here it is.
here we go.
He's
Can we play
halfway
this?
through this bottle.
Yeah,
go ahead,
you play it. He's proper fit too.
I
He's
know,
really
my
fit.
lord.
Delco's even amped about this.
Here we go. What'd you do, bud?
Volume.
Is there volume
Sentenced to
in it?
life in murder,
Oh,
life in prison.
it should be. Yeah, there should be volume.
Was there not?
Officers were called.
Oh yeah, they'll come into it. Probably.
Okay. Intoxicated. You would have thought they would have put some fun music.
Who
with
are
it.
you looking for?
I'm looking for a I can help her. What's going on? and
Uniform
what
on night?
happened. Yeah, I can help her. What's going on? Yeah.
Oh God. So then
He
he,
tells
told the
officers-
officers. Yeah.
That he knew what happened
No,
and
I
that
know
he could
what
help.
happened. I know the people they involved. So,
Oh, okay.
Go again.
but need to dig deep. You know.
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm not gonna tell you my name. I don't give a because I know what happened, and you need me to know, figure it out what happened. If you don't have me, you don't know what happened.
Holy shit.
Dude,
Wow, dude.
that guy's
I
I
got.
just
for
know that some guy come here
Yeah.
and he up some guy. I don't know what,
What
happened.
Right.
I don't know what happened. He just got.
Yeah.
And they just let him drink.
You're gonna think about me.
I
but
mean,
it's not
look, the
gonna be
I like
UK's
it.
because
UK's
there's
fucking
no proof.
awesome. If he didn't come up to him,
You think something's happened to a male in this address?
No, I know what happened.
What
I know
happened then?
everything.
Tell me
I know
what
everything.
happened.
This city is mine. I'm not gonna
This
tell
city's
you.
all right,
Yeah.
all right.
There we
Here
go.
we go. We got a brandy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him smiling.
This city's mine.
Wasted.
Arrested, okay? We're trying
I've
to.
been arrested.
We're
Yes, so
trying,
send me the law.
We're trying not.
Okay,
we're
send
trying
me.
not to manhandle you, but we need you to get in the van.
Gosh, they really are just so
Wow.
respectful, proper. Even when this drunken ass
It's
comes
amazing,
up
yeah.
and just tells them
Yeah.
what he did, they're like, "We're trying not to hurt you, mate."
Sentenced to life in prison.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
how did he kill this guy? Did
Stabbed
it say?
him.
But there's
Some-
no blood on him though.
Well, he was home,
Mm-hmm.
cleaned up,
Okay.
started drinking,
Oh,
and
then went
walked back to the
no
scene.
Way.
Yes.
Look at that.
They've already found him. Someone's already called. The police are
Oh,
there,
that's
like,
great.
you know, doing all the things that they do, caution
Yeah.
tape, whatever. And he decided, you know what, I'm going to come back there. I'm going to tell him what happened
Yeah.
and tell him that I know who it is. Wow, wow.
Son of
Oh,
a
are you going
bitch,
into monkey
dude.
time?
That's
Okay.
amazing.
Anyway, there we go. And we're going to do some Nature Nook.
On Thursday.
Thursday.
Is it that violent that we've got to save it for Patreon? Is that
No,
what
no,
it
no.
is?
I
Okay.
just wanted to do that one because I thought it would be funny. And
It's
then,
great. Look,
yeah.
I'm endlessly entertained by that because that looks like the guy that actually looks like a rich guy at a club who's giving you free ecstasy.
And he was not.
It's no charge.
Yeah.
He was not British.
It's no
No,
charge.
he was
no.
not British.
This
So it was very much like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on?
That's a rich guy at a club giving out free ecstasy. I don't need
I
money.
own this town.
I own this town. I don't
So-
need money. I just want
Yeah.
you to have fun.
Cops
Just
like,
have
you-
a good time.
Apparently, that's a Slovakian last name.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's Eastern European.
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly what I expected.
Yep.
Your money's no good here, okay? I own town. You have
He
ecstasy.
owns the town.
I own the
Yeah.
town. You just all I want you to do is dance, maybe kiss a little bit, and then we go back later. Just enjoy yourself. All the drinks are on me. All the drinks are on me. The mixers, you get the mixers. You do what you
The
want.
fucking balls, and then even the outfit.
Beautiful.
We've got a small plaid
Well,
matchy match. I don't know.
If you're gonna work out that much, you got to go a child small there and really show that off.
Yeah. So anyway, good for him.
Whew, that was a great one, dude.
Brandy.
Brandy, huh? Odd
That's
choice.
a brown. Like you were gonna go back to the scene of the crime if you drink that whole bottle.
I'm gonna be
Like you were gonna
honest.
go right back and tell the police.
Yeah, in
that
all
you did
my
it.
years, I don't think I've ever sat down and had
No.
shared a bottle of brandy with
No.
somebody ever.
No, you don't. You wouldn't.
Hennessy, I've done, where that's probably shocking, right? Where you're like, oh, really? Did you have Hennessy one day? I was like, yeah, and it was actually delightful. I actually liked it. Brandy, though, is it's pretty. Yeah. That's man, that's a lot.
If you drink brandy in the day, even once, you're raging out. You immediately need to go to AA.
Yeah.
Brandy or gin. Because I've still never seen somebody drink straight gin in the day where you're just like, oof, boy,
Right.
who's drinking gin
Right.
on their own neat? Where you're just like, warm gin.
Out of the bottle.
Oh, warm gin. How about a SoCo lime? Well, how about I make you a couple SoCo limes and we chill out for a little bit? No, don't do that. I don't want any of that.
Washington apples.
Oh,
Incredible Hulks.
I understand now, like, as an adult drinker, why I got so hungover in college and stuff like that.
100%. If
It
you
was-
go through that, yeah.
all the garbage, the absolute sugar garbage nonsense you think is like a good drink.
Because it tastes good.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, no, that's good. Washington apple in particular. My God. It's
know.
just sugar, and brown liquor.
Let's do some lemon drops. Fucking.
Yeah. That's
Let's-
almost
let's-
better
let's
because it's
do-
just like one clear liquor.
let's
But
do cement mixers. Who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah.
Let's do cement mixers.
Jaeger
Yeah.
bombs.
Yeah. I want to close out with one thing. We were looking at some AI photos here before we walked into the studio today. You guys had said this. I said this on another show where we're all going to get fooled by this shit and start posting it like it's real. And I am guilty of it. And I just found out this morning. Bring up the one of the Balenciaga Pope picture. I posted this on Drinking Bros Instagram. I thought this was real. It is.
I knew this was what you were going to say.
You did?
I did. I knew this was exactly
I
what you
want
were
to
gonna
tell
say.
the audience I was fooled. I was the one who posted that. I was totally wrong. I thought this was real. I thought this was a real thing, and I was completely fooled by it, and we're all fucked as a society.
I'm looking at my Twitter feed right now, and they have a Harry Potter Balenciaga trailer.
that's nice.
I want to tell you that I posted this on Drinking Bros. I was fooled. This is going to start happening a lot now, and we're all fucked. We're all living in a sim world right now.
Not me.
kids.
I don't post. So.
No, but you're starting. You're starting to come to my side.
Of what?
Yeah, you're starting to come to my side of not believing in any of this shit you read and see anymore. Last night, you and I had a convo.
Yeah, but I was wrong.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's the danger of all of this now, right? It's where you start to question everything you think and know, and it's getting real murky, isn't it? We don't have to say what it is, but
No, I know, but
this one, I wanted to tell the audience, I did this. I was fooled by this. I thought this was a real photo of the Pope, and I was like, holy shit, because it makes sense. They already did did you see the fucking Pope mobile they made for this guy? Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that. But this does look like some. Honestly, this looks real. Like I could believe the Pope wearing this.
Because he's the cool Pope. Remember, we was talking about he's the cool Pope. Maybe he did do this. Before we get out of here, show the picture of the Pope mobile where it's the tube on top so he can just wave in this bulletproof fucking Pope mobile. Like, if you would have shown me this.
Been going on.
It has.
Okay.
But if you would have showed, and I didn't believe it. I didn't believe this then.
You didn't believe what?
This existed.
You didn't know the Pope mobile was?
Not like
What?
this. I didn't know that this was a real thing that was bulletproof, and that's how he kind of patrolled the streets in
Well,
it.
you
I
know.
thought it was made up.
John Paul got shot.
Right, he did. Correct. And I still thought to myself, why even do any of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do any? There's no need for people to see you rolling down the street in something like this. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was fake.
Disagree. The Pope visited my city when I was in 8th grade, and people were lined up on the side of the fucking highways.
Was he in that?
Yeah.
It was, and
I
it was
think
a
so, yeah.
bulletproof thing, so you saw him through the glass?
In downtown, you did. We just saw the limo pass by. I was such a waste of time. I was so annoyed.
And then John Paul, actually, the guy that shot him, he went to the prison.
Yeah.
And he said, God forgives, but I don't. And he smoked him.
No shit.
Yeah.
Look at that, dude. Perfect way to end the show.
Yep.
I feel like we always end on a downer line from Delco here. And let's keep that party going, dude. Give us a Pope wave out of here. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. Baby, for Jesse Weissman, a.k.a. the Jables. I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.